Hello my sweet friends, today we are doing 5 super cute, super simple Dollar Tree kitchen DIYs. To get started, you're going to need a table tennis ball, the small burner cover, one of these candlesticks, and a wired basket, and this is the smaller one, not the garbage basket. Grabbing a small piece of felt, I'm going to trace around the smaller end of the candlestick, but I'm not going to trace right on it. I'm going to trace about 1/2 inch in circumference around it. The reason I'm doing this is I want extra security, extra hold when I glue it to the basket. Now I'm just cutting the felt circle out, and I'm going to secure it to the middle of the basket from the inside with some hot glue, and then I'm also going to put some hot glue on the other side, on the outside, just to make sure it's nice and secure. We're going to attach the candle holder to the basket using the narrower side or the top of the candle holder. I dab a little bit of E6000, and then in between the E6000 I dab a little bit of hot glue and then attach it to the bottom center of the basket. For extra security, I'm going to grab my E6000 and go around where my candlestick attached to the basket, giving it even more of a seal because this is going to be on top of my coffee bar and I wanted to make sure it's going to last. To find the center of the burner cover, I'm just grabbing a scrap piece of paper, tracing the top of the cover, cutting it out, and then I'm going to fold it in half and then in half again. Then I'm just applying it to the edge of the burner cover, and now I can see where my center is. Grabbing the tennis ball, I'm going to find where the two sides are glued together. That is the strongest part of the ball, and that is the part that we are going to be picking the lid by. So you want to hot glue in the middle of that, meaning in the soft part. The hot glue will melt that soft part a little bit onto the lid, and it'll give you a nice secure hold. I let the E6000 set for 12 hours, then I sprayed everything twice with the paint and primer by Rust-Oleum, and this is an ultra matte. Then I sealed the project using this acrylic coating by Krylon. Today's video is the first DIY scavenger hunt, and along with very talented DIYers and YouTubers, we are giving away a Cricut Joy and a tool set. Here's how you can win. Watch all 8 videos from the playlist and comment on each. The playlist link is in the description box below. Each creator will reveal a secret word somewhere in their video. Collect and email all 8 secret words to DIYscavengerhunt@gmail.com. I will also have that in the description box below. We will randomly draw the winner from those who qualify on Saturday, February 20th of 2021. Winner will be announced on our community tabs and on Instagram. Please be advised that this giveaway is open to the continental US only. Good luck and have fun! For this project, I will be using this happy fall sign from the Dollar Tree, and the first thing I did was I measured off 3.5 inches from the top, and using a box cutter, I'm going to cut that section off. Next, I'm going to sand down that area to make sure it's nice and straight, and as you can see, I do have supervision from Leo for this because you do need to be careful while using the box cutter. A quick scratch for Leo because he was not letting me work. And then on to painting. Using the backside of the sign, I'm going to give it 2 coats of the Rust-Oleum chalk paint in linen white. Next, I'm grabbing this wall sticker or decal from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to place it towards the bottom, and I'm going to try to center it in between the sides as much as I can. After smoothing the sign out, I'm grabbing some Mod Podge and I'm going to spread it throughout the entire sign. And this is important because Mod Podge does have a little bit of a sheen to it, so if you don't spread it everywhere, it's going to be very noticeable. To decorate, I will be using this Dollar Tree spring greenery. I always keep leftovers in this basket. So I'm going to grab the greenery with the bigger leaves and then 2 stems of lilac. And I'm going to have the lilacs just cascade from the center to the outside, and it's going to be so pretty. Now I'm hot gluing everything in place and then adding a little bit more greenery to the floral. Next, I'm grabbing my favorite farmhouse ribbon and I'm just going to make a simple bow, and this is where Nadia's kind of going wild. I'm not even cutting it off. I'm putting it in between my fingers. Then I'm grabbing some jute cord, making another simple bow, and I'm going to put the jute cord over my farmhouse little bow. Now I'm cutting everything off, and then I'm just going to cut off a piece of jute cord and I'm going to bring both of the bows together. There you go. And then just tied it twice in the back. I did add a little bit more of the greenery because I felt like it needed it, and then hot glued the bow to the center of my little florals and cut the tails on a slant. To get started on our 2-tier tray, I'm going to be using 2 of these plates, one smaller, one larger. Also, I'm going to be using 2 of these candle holders and also these little fashion gems. These are actually the tinier pearls that the Dollar Tree has, and these are pearl stickers, of course. To embellish the plates and to bring out that pearl looking design onto the edge of my plate, I'm just going to grab the stickers and I'm going to stick them all the way around both of the plates. Next, I'm removing the tags, and then I'm going to use a combination of E6000 and hot glue gun to attach the candlestick holders to the back of the plates. For an extra secure hold, I'm going all the way around where the candle holder meets the plate, and I'm just giving it a little bit of hot glue all around the edge. Now I'm going to use the same method as I did before, and I'm going to attach the top plate to the bottom plate. Here it looks uneven because of the angle of the camera, but I promise you the tier tray was even and very stable. Using the Rust-Oleum paint and primer spray paint, I covered the tray twice and then covered again with acrylic coating just to seal it. And yes, the plates did have to be spray painted because they were not a pure white. That's why I did it all together at the end. This project is a little bit on the elegant side. I grabbed these beautiful square frames from the Dollar Tree, and the color was so pretty I decided to leave it just as it is. Next, I'm going to take the little picture out of the frame just so I know how big to cut my little cardstock. Now the paper is really good by Crafter Square. I would not consider it cardstock necessarily. It's just a tiny bit thinner, but the paper itself is absolutely stunning and beautiful and a great quality for those who love scrapbooking. While I'm cutting the paper down, I decided to let you know what my word for the treasure hunt is. And my word is bubbly. Some people say that I have a bubbly personality, so the word is bubbly. Good luck on the rest of the treasure hunt. Now I'm grabbing these big poster board letters and I'm going to spell out EAT, and I'm just grabbing each one of the letters and centering it on the card. Next, I'm just inserting the cards into the frames, and that's it. But if you want just a little bit more elegance, I have one more step for you. Next, I'm grabbing my pearls from the Dollar Tree, and I usually can get them on sale for around $1, if not less. And I'm going to grab the medium-sized ones, and I'm going to put them on the corners of the frame. Because there's so much gold, I wanted to break it up with a little bit of white, and that's why I'm just using the pearls. And it went so well because the background of our picture is also white. For a stronger hold, I did go back and hot glue all the stickers on the frame. And here's a little bit of a closer look. For this project, I'm going to use a tongue depressor and I'm going to cut out 2 little squares. First, I took it and I cut it in half, then used one side of the tongue depressor to measure for a perfect square, and I did that twice. Then using some sandpaper from the Dollar Tree, I'm just making sure that all the sides are nice and smooth. Using white chalk Rust-Oleum paint, I'm painting the sides of the square and also the front. I'm sorry I don't have video of the next step, but all I did was when the paint dried on the squares, I grabbed stickers from the Dollar Tree and I put S for salt and P for pepper on the squares. Starting at the center of the shaker, I'm just putting a little bit of hot glue, and first I'm putting on this white grosgrain ribbon, and the reason I'm doing this is because that buffalo check ribbon is just a little bit too sheer, and this is actually the new one that I picked up not too long ago. So I'm just going around the bottle and just ending at the same place where I started and hot gluing both ribbons in the middle. Then I'm just grabbing either my S or the P square and just hot gluing it in the center of that, covering the hot glue and the ribbon seam. I hope you enjoyed these DIYs. Let me know down below which one was your favorite. If you love Dollar Tree DIYs, wreaths, and hauls and are not subscribed, please consider subscribing, hitting the bell, and don't forget to give me a thumbs up because that really does help my channel. Now it's time to click on the playlist down below and continue on the scavenger hunt.